What's up YouTube, it's the Lightsworn Knight back again. Today I have a Twilight Deck Profile for you guys, and shout out to mtempy360, because apparently this is the end of the world now that my deck is finally together. It's 43 cards as it stands, but I have an Effect Veiler I'm trying to squeeze in somewhere, so let me know. I think 2 Effect Veilers is too many, too dead in the hand, but please let me know. And I've got some other stuff that I'm considering adding in, and I know what most people will say what to add in and take out, but I'm really looking for some creative comments and some criticisms on what I've got. So please let me know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain everything in layman's terms so that even people new at Yu-Gi-Oh will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, please excuse me if I get hung up on certain cards. I just really want to explain everything so that new players and players not familiar with the Lightsworn archetype know what I'm talking about. The Lightsworn archetype is all about self-milling to activate their effects. Milling is sending cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard, and you know, obviously abusing your graveyard and so forth from that point on. The game of Yu-Gi-Oh is all about luck, but Lightsworn decks rely on luck doubly so, because the quantity and quality of cards milled will affect the duel at later stages and so forth. So it really is like amazingly luck-based. So start off, we have 2 Judgment Dragons, the boss monster of the deck. It's semi-limited, so you're running as many as you can. You need 4 or more different name Lightsworn cards in your graveyard to be able to special summon it, and once you special summon it, and during your main phase every turn, you can take 1,000 life point damage and destroy every other card on the field aside from Judgment Dragon, and then obviously attack for 3,000. During the end phase, it mills 4. 1 honest, because it is limited as well. During the damage step, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard to have your monster gain the attack of your opponent's monster. So essentially, you jump right over them and destroy their card, and deal them some damage. Really amazing. 1 Lumina, because it's limited as well. As long as there is a target in your graveyard before you discard, you can discard a card and then special summon a Lightsworn monster from your graveyard, 4 lower. And end phase, mills 3. 2 Celestias, because I really like it at 2. Haven't tried 3, but I feel like it would be too many, and I'm having issues with you know, the number of cards in my deck already. It's essentially a mini Judgment Dragon, 5 stars. Once you tribute summon 4, you can mill 4 and destroy up to 2 of your opponent's cards. 2 Lilas. I like 2 as well. Once again, another card that just seems to fit at 2. You can change it from face-up attack position to face-up defense position to destroy one of your opponent's spell or trap cards. End phase mills 3. 2 Wolves. Once again, I really like 2, just because it's just about never dead in my hand. I can always use it for something, whether it's discarding it for Lumina or using it with Solar Recharge or even, you know, Lightning Vortex or so forth. There's always something I could do with it, and I really like that. And you know, just about 90% of duels, it's always useful. So I haven't played with 3, but I really like 2. 1 Raikou. I'm probably going to get flamed for this because I know that most people always run at least 2 or 3 Raikous nowadays because it's just a phenomenal card. Flip, destroy 1 card in the field, and then mill 3. So it's essentially a Man-Eater Bug with the added mill cost on it. Once again, I'm having like space issues in the deck, so if you really feel I should be running 2, at least 2 or 3, please let me know in the comments below. 1 Aaron. I like it. I haven't tried it out in this format, but I know it's a pretty great card to have at 1. If this card attacks a defense position monster, return that monster to its owner's deck before damage calculation, and then mill 3 during the end phase, of course. 1 Jane. I really like 1 Jane and 1 Gareth, you know, just to fit them in there for some different names, and you know, they all have really good effects, but multiples, you know, don't go through so well. You get them a little too often. 4-star 1800 Beater. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 300 attack during the damage step only, and of course mill 2 during the end phases. Gareth, another nice beater, 4-star 1850 attack, so it gets over most things, especially you know, Tengu and so forth, this format. Each time one of your Lightsworn monster mills, he mills 2 for each one, and for every Lightsworn monster that he mills, you get to draw a card. So multiple Gareths, and a lot of Lightsworn cards aside from Gareth with Gareth on the field can become really, really risky. You'll start, milling everything and drawing everything, and your deck could be destroyed in a matter of turns. So you kind of have to be careful with him, but I really like the card. One Card Trooper. A lot of people running like 2 or 3 of him. I like it. I haven't tried it at 2, of course. The same thing I keep saying a million times. But the synergy with the deck, it's pretty good, but the fact that it's not a light, and obviously not a Lightsworn monster, it's not that amazing in the deck. I mean, once per turn you can send up to 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard, and it gains 500 attack for each one, and then obviously when it's destroyed you draw a card. One Gale, probably the the black cat of the deck, a little bit strange of a card to run. I just like it because it's a tuner, and I'm running 2 tuners aside from this, so I only have 3 tuners in the deck, and obviously it has an amazing effect. Once per turn you can half the attack and defense of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, so obviously it can get over Stardust and stuff like that, so it's absolutely amazing.
Stop killing my Gale!
One Chaos Sorcerer. I know people are running 2 or 3, once again, similar situation as before, but I don't know. I haven't tried it at 2. I have 2, so I can experiment with it, but I kind of like it at 1. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing from play 1 light and 1 dark monster in your graveyard. Once per turn during your main phase, you can select 1 face-up monster on the field and remove it from play. If you activate it, obviously it can't attack that turn. 1 Necrogardna. If it's in your graveyard, you can remove it from play to negate an attack from your opponent's monster. It's limited to 1, so we're running as many as we can. In the olden days, used to run 3. 1 Gores, just to stop OTKs. Obviously, if you control no cards, when your opponent attacks, you can special summon it from your hand alongside a Gores token with attack and defense equal to the attack damage that you just took. So, obviously, amazing card, stops OTKs. Tragodia, once again, another amazing card. It's got some really broken effects. You can special summon this card from your hand when you take battle damage. This card gains 600 attack and defense for each card in your hand. Once per turn you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard to take control of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls with the same level as the set monster. And, for the third effect, once per turn you can select 1 monster in your graveyard. This card's level becomes the same as that monster's until the end phase. So, just pretty much a toolbox of a card. It's got so many different effects. It's a little bit difficult to remember them all, but absolutely amazing. 1 Plague Spreader Zombie because it's limited as well. This is second tuner in the deck. You can return 1 card from your hand to the top of the deck to special summon this card from the graveyard. If you do, remove from play this card when it is removed from the field. Obviously amazing for synchroing. 1 Glow Up Bulb. This is the new saving grace of the deck, absolutely perfect in this deck. It is the 3rd and final tuner of the deck, and you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard and special summon this card from the graveyard. Each player can only use the effect of Glow Up Bulb once per duel. And now onto spells. We have, starting off with the obvious, 1 Charge of Light Brigade, because it's limited to 1. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, add 1 level 4 lower Lightsworn monster from your deck to your hand. Essentially a Rhoda for Lightsworn. 3 Solar Recharge. Another great card. This is perfect for getting rid of a wolf with. Discard 1 Lightsworn monster, draw 2 cards, then send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So, ditch a card, draw 2, mill 2. 1 Monster Reborn because it's back, and obviously it's broken. Special summon 1 monster from you or your opponent's graveyard. Phenomenally broken. 1 Monster Reincarnation. I run this because a lot of the time you're going to mill your Judgment Dragons, and this is just such a great way of getting it back, especially if it just got destroyed. It is so funny doing that to your opponent, just getting it right back, special summoning it again. Absolutely amazing. Discard 1 card from your hand, add 1 monster card from your graveyard to your hand, of course. 1 Dark Hole. Absolutely broken. Again, destroys all monsters on the field. Enough said. Staple. 2 MSTs, because we lost Heavy Storm and so forth. Destroy 1 spell or trap card in the field. 1 Giant Trunade, because obviously we don't have Heavy Storm like I just said. Returns all spell and trap cards in the field to respective owner's hands. 1 Foolish Burial. This is kind of like, I don't know, everybody runs it, but it's not necessary. I just like it because, obviously send 1 monster card from your deck to the graveyard. You can instantly special summon a wolf. Just amazing. And, you could always send a Plague Spreader or a Glow Up Bulb or something to your graveyard. Just necessary in my opinion. 1 Book of Moon. I really like it. Everybody seems to think it's a staple, this format. Really great card. Flip one face-up monster on the field in the face-down defense position. It's really amazing to summon a monster and have your opponent bottomless it, or, you know, Solemn Warning it or something, and, you know, pay the cost or whatever, and then just chain Book of Moon, and your monster's safe, essentially, face down. One Smashing Ground. I considered taking this out, considering I'm running 43 cards, but I really like it. It just destroys anything, you know, you don't even discard a card alongside it to destroy it. It's just really great, in my opinion. One Lightning Vortex. This is probably, especially after you guys comment below, it's probably going to leave the deck. I really like it, though, because I can use it to get rid of a wolf. Obviously, its effect is discard a card from your hand, destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent's side of the field. I think it's really great, but it's not necessary. I should try playing without it, but, you know. And that's it for spells. We had 14 spells, and, sorry, I forgot to say, we had 22 monsters. And now, 2 Beckoning Lights. Just a great card to get stuff back from your graveyard. Discard all cards in your hand to the graveyard, then select a number of light monsters from your graveyard equal to the number of cards you discarded, and add them to your hand. So, it's just really great for getting Judgment Dragon back, and it gives me, you know, 3 ways to do so, and just to rescue stuff from my graveyard. It allows me to reuse Honest, you know. 2 Bottomless, especially with priority, you know, probably disappearing, considering it is gone in the OCG. This is just going to become even better of a card. I think a lot of people are speculating that it's going to get limited. I just really like it. It just annoys your opponent. I mean, it's essentially a free Solemn Warning. It's just amazing. 1 Threatening Roar. Just really helps to protect what you have on the field. You know, your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. Just, I mean, it's not essential once again, but I really like it. 1 Torrential Tribute. You can only activate this card when a monster is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned. Destroy all monsters in the field. You know, essentially another Dark Hole. Really great when your opponent just starts, you know, summoning and going off on you and you don't really have a solution. And lastly, 1 Mirror Force. Obviously, when an opponent's monster attacks, negate the attack and destroy all opponent's monsters in attack position. So, in total, we've got 43 cards. I'm really trying to squeeze in an Effect Veiler because I have an Effect Veiler. And in terms of other cards to add to the deck, I guess I could add the whole Plant Engine where people are running, like, they're changing their deck to, like, Debris Sworn now, where you run, like, Debris Dragons and Spore and Dandelion and so forth. I'm thinking about it. Don't know how it would fit them, you know, along those lines. And, of course, as I said, I'm really trying to add in this Effect Veiler. And in terms of a side deck, it's not really complete yet. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that I couldn't fit in the deck and so forth, like Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, just stuff like that. Extra deck, I'll just show you quickly. Sorry, I got a page, so I'm going to have to move it around. Armory R, Magical Android, Bryonic, Tempest Magician, Arcanite Magician, Armor Master, Black Rose, Allied Justice Light Gazer. This is just in there for now to fill it up. It's actually a really good card for a Lightsworn mirror match, but the odds of encountering that are probably very low in tournaments and stuff nowadays. But this card gains 200 attack for each light monster in your opponent's graveyard. Then obviously 1 Colossal Fighter. Flip around to the back. 1 Red Dragon Archfiend. Then we have Avenging Knight Parshath because it's light. Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler, and Mistworm. And I'm working on getting a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon and all that other stuff, and, you know, filling this up to 15 cards. I think that's only 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm still missing 1, probably the Chimera Tech. But thank you very much for watching. Please let me know below what you think I should do to add and remove from the deck. I know people are probably going to say Lightning Vortex, but please, once again, leave me some comments, some criticisms, and so forth of the deck. And if you have any side decking tips, aside from, like, Tyree Tinsley, I think his name was, the winner of YCS Rhode Island, aside from his side deck that everybody seems to be copying and stuff with the puppet plants and, you know, anyway. Thank you very much for watching, as always. Thank you so much, you guys. I've got 1,223 subscribers, I think, currently. I submitted a single video for revenue, and within the next week or 2, I will be hearing back from YouTube, and if the new intro is up to YouTube standards, of course, then I'll start adding it to all the videos that I can possibly add it to, and essentially I'll be a partner without having to be a partner, you know. And then in late August or whatever, when I can actually apply again, I will apply again. So thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.